First question says factorize completely. All right. So let's focus on this question here. I'll rewrite it just here. It says 4a square minus 16. All right. So 4a square minus 16. What you must do at all times whenever you're factorizing is that you try to look for a common factor first. If there is no common factor, then there are a few levels of factorization that we could focus on. But currently, I'm seeing that 4 is a common factor right now. So because 4 is a common factor, I am going to factorize out the 4 first to see what's going on. For example, 4 is common. So I'll take out the 4, I'll open my bracket. And if you don't remember how to factorize, whenever you take out the common factor, you're going to divide that common factor back into the terms. For example, you will say 4 into 4a square, and the 4 cancel itself. So you can see the a square comes back. You will say 4 into the 16, 4 into itself 1, 4 into 16, 4. So you see that minus 4 comes right there. That's what really happens. Now, some people might think that this is finished. It's not finished, because when they say factorize completely, you have to go to the end, meaning when you look inside here, you would definitely see that this is a special type of factorization. It is called the difference of two squares, meaning a is square and 4 is a square number. How do we know that 4 is a square number? 2 times 2 gives you 4. So 4 is a special number. It's a square number. Whenever you have the difference of 2 squared, though, it's a very easy factorization. All you have to do is to open 2 brackets, and you're going to look for the square root of a square and the square root of 4 and put them in the bracket. For example, the square root of a square is a. You put a here again. This one is this simple. The square root of 4 is 2. You put 2 there, and then you put 2 there again. Technically, it's the same things you'll have in the 2 bracket, except you'll put a plus in one and then a minus in one. So this is what they wanted to see. You will get 2 marks for this. 1 mark is to take out the 4, and the other mark is to do these. So that the second one here says 3y squared plus 2y minus 8. We want to factorize this. But in trying to factorize this, we definitely realize that, hey, I don't see anything in common. Like y is not common because there is no y attached to the 8. And there is no number that could go into 3 and 2 and 8 apart from number 1 without a remainder. So this means that we can't factorize by the highest common factor. Definitely, we're going to have to use the AC method. So it's our responsibility to take out A, which is the coefficient of the square. So it is number 3. B, which is the coefficient of just the y, which is number 2. And C, which is the constant, the number without any letter attached to it. And it's not 8, it is negative 8. Bear in mind, we're doing the AC method, which means that we need to know what is AC. AC means A times C. So let's look. The A value is 3. The C value is negative 8. So when you put this together, you'll get negative 24. Now, whenever you're factorizing by the AC method, when you find this number here, you're going to have to go on a little mission. The mission is that we want 2 numbers that when you add them, they give us 2. And when you multiply those numbers, they give us back 24. Now, the good thing is those numbers can go into 24 without a remainder. So then we are advised to list the factor pairs of 24. What do I mean? Things that can multiply to give 24. Let's list them. 1 times 24. 2
and 12.
12. 3
4 and 6.
times, yes. 3 times 8, 4 times 6. That's it. So you're going to observe these to see which one of these pair could add or subtract to give a 2. You can realize that, oh, it's 6 and the 4, that could give us a 2. Remember though, one of them will be positive and one will be negative. Let the bigger one take any sign B has. B is positive 2, so the 6 is positive and the 4 is negative. So we're going to be using these two numbers here. All right? The other numbers could not work because we can't get a 2 by adding or subtracting those. We can't get a 2 there. We can't get a 2 there. We can only get a 2 from this one. And that is why we use them. So let's set it up now to go. 3y squared plus 6y. The two numbers we find will go in the middle and it will take on the y term, this term. So 3y squared plus 6y minus 4y minus 8. So this is where we are right now. If you notice, we have 4 terms dealing with. Let's check them off. 1, 2, 3, 4. The moment you find yourself with 4 terms and there is nothing common for all, you have to factorize by grouping them. So we're going to be grouping these two, and then we're going to be grouping these two. What is common for the first group? Anybody want to suggest? This is group 1. What's common for group 1?
3y.
3y. Very good, class. 3y. So what you're going to do now is to take the 3y and divide it back into the term. So 3y into 3y to the second, we're left with y. And 3y into 6y, we're left with 2. Close it. Go to the next group. What is common is negative 4. So negative 4 into negative 4y, we're left with y. And negative 4 into negative 8, we're left with positive 2. Whenever you're factorizing and you reach the stage where you're seeing the same thing twice, you know that you're on a right path. So what we're going to do, we're going to separate. We're going to separate the common thing. And you see the two things on the outside? Look, this is one and this is another. They are on the outside. They will go in the last bracket. Look, 3y minus 4. And this is what they wanted you to do to get 2 marks. So this is factorizing by the AC method.